everybody, it's Angela. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I thought I would just do an unboxing of, not really an unboxing. Well, I want to show you what I got from Fat Quarter Shop. I want to show you what I've been up to, my plans, and just show you some other products that I've recently bought that I thought were adorable, so I just thought I would share. So the first thing I want to go into is what I got at Fat Quarter Shop. I placed this order after we got the Sew Sampler box. This was the pattern that was in the Sew Sampler box. It's called Sweet as Honey. Fell in love with it. Fell in love with the fabric. So, of course, I had to get the other stuff to go with it. So, I did get that, and I'll show you the fabric in a second. I also got some, the binding and the backing for the Yoder Sew Along. I'm going to go into all my sew alongs that I'm attempting to do. I want to show you the blocks I've done so far also, but we'll go through what I bought. So I think in our Sew Sampler, we also had a coupon for 20% off, I think, of pins. And so I've been trying to find my favorite pin. I do like, we got these in a Sew Sampler box, and I do like these as well, but I thought, hey, I got 20% off. They're Drits. They're not that expensive. I don't have to pay for shipping, so I thought I would get them. They are the ultra fine glass head pins. I'm looking for a really fine pin I'm finding that these look almost the same size as those other ones, but we'll try them. Ouch, just poked myself. Oh, I hate poking myself with a pin. Do you hate that too? Ugh. I'm finding that if I pin more, my blocks come out more exact, which makes sense, right? But I was pretty much just willy-nilly, oh, it's close enough. Now I'm trying to be a little more precise. I think it turns out easier. It's easier to put it all together, and I just like it. So I'm trying to find pins that work. These, they're okay. I'm glad I used a coupon. I like the other pins better, but I'll try them out. I did try one, and it was dull. So I couldn't even get it through the fabric, and then I tried another one and it went through. So there are 150 in here. I mean, they were like, what, $1 or $2. I'm not gonna sweat it. So I got that. I also got some more Aurifil thread. Now I am currently using up my Gutermann. I'm kind of progressing in my quilt life. When I first started, which was probably 10 years ago. Yeah. I went to Joann's, got all my fabric when they had their super sales, but those of you that know, it's not always the nicest fabric, and they sold Gutermann thread. Now I do really like Gutermann thread. I've never had a problem with breakage. I don't think there's a lot of lint or anything. It's held up. I've sold quilts, and customers have come back and said that the quilt has held up for 5-6 years. It was a child's quilt. It was a rag quilt that I made, and she said that she wanted another one. She had another baby. So, and I wasn't on Etsy at the time, and she reached out to me, so I made her a quilt because I enjoy making rag quilts as well. So I've never had a problem with Gutermann, but everyone says how great Aurifil thread is. So I bought a white, and this is more of a soft white. This is 2026, number 2026. So I have a white and a nice cream. This will go nice with the Yoder fabrics, but I want to use up what I have, but then I want to start building up thread for using Aurifil. I guess I should try it first, make sure I like it. But anyways, you don't need to know my whole life story. I'm sorry. And then we got 2 big bags of fabric, and I will say, so when I saw this quilt, I had to make it. I had to get the backing and the binding and the background, And, you know, you get your fabric requirements. And so they didn't have any more, actually, they don't recommend a backing. But they didn't have any light colored backing. But I just love, well, I'll show it to you. I just love the navy blue with the daisies. It's so adorable. So I thought, I'm going to make a quilt. I'm going to piece it. They didn't have enough for the backing in one fabric. So I'm kind of into the piecing the backing. I think it's adorable. And so I thought I'll just piece my backing with different fabrics. Maybe I'll throw in a couple of these blocks. And so I took whatever they had of that blue that I wanted. And then I found the corresponding one with little bees. I'll show it to you. And I thought I can use that as the other panel to make up the backing. And I ordered and shipped and didn't ship. And I was like, what's going on? So I reached out to them. Here they've been emailing me, and it was going to my spam folder. So they wanted to let me know they didn't have a full I think I had ordered 2.5 yards of that. They had it in 2 cuts. So they wanted to see if I wanted it that way or if I wanted to wait for it to come in again, which I thought was super nice. You know, a lot of companies would just been like, sorry, we're out of order. You know, we didn't charge you anything, but they did email me a couple times and I had no idea because, it went to my spam folder. So I left them a voicemail and I emailed them, and the next day I told them, yeah, give me whatever you got. And it was shipped, and they put a 2-day shipping on it, and it got here super, super fast. So, and they even called and left me a voicemail, which I think is remarkable in this day and age of customer service that there is none. So I will say that about Fat Quarter Shop. I think they have really great customer service. And I'm not affiliated with them at all or anything, but I've just been super happy with everything that I've gotten from them. So, you know, if you get the Sew Sampler box, you're not going to love everything, but they have to, you know, there's a lot of people out there. They have to get everyone's likes in there, you know? Okay, so I got, where's my sheet? I think this is, oh, the Dritz pins were expensive. They were $7, $2. They were like $5. Yeah, I wouldn't pay $5 for them again. For some reason, I thought they were only a couple, but whatever. So I got this is Buttercup and Slate from Corey Oder. And this is 4 yards for backing. Hopefully it's not. If not, I have enough left over. I'll piece it. Adorable. I love it. And I'm not a yellow person, but these flowers make me so happy. I just think they are the cutest things in the world. So I got the backing, and I will show you my blocks I've done. Just going to toss stuff on the floor. And I also got the binding. What's the binding? For that Corey Oder. I think it's in this pile. So I got, this is the backing was Buttercup and Slate Cloud and Buttercup Abundance. And this is the Honeycomb. It's a beautiful gray. So I think that's what's used for the binding. Okay. And that was a half a yard. It says I have Buttercup, bonus yardage. I have a lacy stripe in here somewhere too. 3/4 yards. Oh, here it is. This is the other. This might be the binding. The other one might be some kind of finishing. There was one. There was one fabric that I need for that Corey Oder block It wasn't in stock. It's in stock now. I'm sure I'll be, ordering again. I'm making a mess of things. This is the lacy stripe. This is probably for the binding. And this was, it's called the lacy stripe. This is 3/4 yards. I will have to look into that other, I think it's part of the finishing. Okay, so that's everything from Buttercup and Slate. That's a Corey Yoder line. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is for the Sampler quilt. This is the this is called the denim, which is adorable. I believe this is the binding for that quilt. Let me see. It's accent and binding. She needed 5/8 yard, so I think I got 3/4 yard just to make sure. Yeah. This might be a long video, so buckle up. Okay. So I got that. That's for the Sampler quilt. This is the Cloud Bees Metallic half yard. And this is what I'm hoping to be able to piece the backing with. Because I didn't need a whole lot more. But we'll see. We'll see what I can do. I don't know if that's going to be... I'm not sure what I was thinking that day. But whatever. They're adorable little bees. That. Then this was the background. And I got 2 yards of this. It's got little... And it's metallic gold. It's really cute little hexies. This is the background. They wanted 1 7/8 yards. So I got 2 yards. So I'll have a little extra. Not a whole lot, but... So this is for the background of that quilt. And then this is the backing, which is just darling. Isn't that just the cutest thing ever? It's got those little hexies on it, little daisies. It's a really pretty blue. So I got the 2 cuts. I got whatever they had, and I'll figure out the backing. So that's what I got at Fat Quarter Shop. Fun, fun. And then I thought I would show you my blocks and the sew-alongs that I'm doing. So the background, the Corey Yoder background, we're on week 4. All right. Oops, turn my light off, sorry. Week 4 already, I think. So I'll show you the blocks I've done. Now, this is from her Oh Happy Day book. Do you need her Oh Happy Day? Oh no, we're on week 3. So this was the first week. This is Buttercup and Slate fabric line. Gorgeous. I want to show you my... and this is block 2. She releases these on Saturdays. What's really nice about her book is that with every quilt comes a pillow pattern. And so these blocks tend to be from the pillow patterns. Now that block I just showed you had leftovers, so you got an extra block. That won't be in this quilt, but you have an extra block and a couple extra half square triangles, which you can save, and you can always figure out something to do with them. I'll put my pattern down here so I know to put it away. And then I'm doing the Fat Quarter Shop has a Christmas time sew along. So I'm doing that. I think they come out on Tuesdays. Corey Yoder's comes out on Saturdays, which today is Sunday. This is the, and I print out the picture so I have something to follow. So that's this week, so I have to do that, and then I save all my pictures and everything, whatever. So the Christmas time Quilt Along, the first week was this cute little mug, and I'm just using my stash. I had this Christmas quilt, I can't even tell you how long I've had it. Little candies, and then these are Christmas cards, and then this was the final block. It's gifts, the little bows. And I think we get the finishing kit. It's not a big quilt, which will be awesome. Perfect. I have to I rearranged where my tables were, so I have to move my quilt so it's back behind me. But so that is the Fat Quarter Shop Christmas time. I have my other block of the months, but I show those blocks when I get the next month. I'm still waiting for my Cotton Cuts Fall Sew Along thing. I know it's shipped. It's supposed to be here, but it hasn't gotten here yet. I've seen a bunch of other people open it, so I'm a little behind on that one. The next, so I finished the Fort Worth Quilt Along they had for Halloween. It's sitting on my cutie frame. It is all scraps, just whatever I had. So it's not the prettiest of quilts, but that's okay because I knew I would never use that fabric. So I put it in there, and I had pulled any blacks, oranges. There's some gray in it, and Halloween fabric that I had left over the years. And I knew I wanted to make this quilt to practice my free motion quilting on. I got a stitch regulator, and I got my new sewing machine, which, if you guys are in the market for a sewing machine, the Juki TL2010Q, if you only need a straight stitch, if you don't use decorative stitches, I highly recommend it. It is fast, and it sews like a dream. I absolutely am in love. I am so happy with my purchase. But I use that Juki also on the cutie frame, and I can free motion quilt. So I stress when I free motion quilt, so I tend not to do it very often. But I am a quarter of the way through that quilt. I would show it to you, but it's on there, and I'm kind of in the middle of a row, so I can't really take it off of the frame. But I will say that if you free motion quilt on your home sewing machine, and you know how you have to fight with the fabric, having it on this frame, even if you don't have a huge throat space, the quilting takes like 2 seconds. Majority of the time is putting it on the quilt, putting it on the frame, and moving it and adjusting it. But the actual free motion part of it, so easy. And I got the stitch regulator, and this machine's so fast, in no time I have the row done. And then I just have to practice. I have to practice. Once I practice enough, get used to it, get more comfortable, I'll enjoy it more. But right now I'm in the learning phase, so you know how that is. So anyways, that was a long story. I'm sorry. I talk a lot. So that quilt is done piecing. Another one I'm going to do, I have on my book to do, is the Scrappiness is Happiness. It's a 32-week. It starts October 31st. It's through Fat Quarter Shop. It uses Lori Holt's Scrappiness is Happiness book, which I do have. I am going to just use my scraps. If I have so many fat quarters of not whole lines and extra fabric that I just put, I folded it like a fat quarter. I have so many, I have to get through them. So that's my plan. I don't even know. It's probably the colors I don't like the most because I don't use them. So like it'll be greens. Like I'm not a big green person. Not a big yellow person, but Corey Yoder's yellow is gorgeous. So we'll see. I'm just going to try and use, that was my goal this year, and it's October, to use up my scraps. And I have not done it. The Halloween quilt was a good thing. So I'm just going to try and do that. Then I got the kit for Lori Holt's Plaid Pines. That starts November 7th. I don't know how I'm going to do all this, to be honest with you. The Fat Quarter Shop Christmas Time, I showed you those blocks. Fat Quarter Shop also has a Simply Stars Quilt Along, which I would love to do, but I've decided not to do that one. You need the Simply Half Yard book. It starts November 16th through December 21st. I'm not doing that one. Oh Happy Day Sampler So Long, which is Corey Yoder's. I'm doing that. I showed you those blocks. That's 12 weeks. Then the next one I'm going to start is Socialites 2 Quilt Along with Fat Quarter Shop. They have a block schedule. I'll show you. Let me show you I don't have the printout of the pictured quilt, of the colored quilt, but these are the different blocks, and they have the schedules. So I was going to buy Dwell from Camille Ross Kelly, because that's a gorgeous line, but I decided not to, and I went through, I was going to try and do 2 different sizes. They have a 3-inch block, you can do a 6-inch block or a 9-inch block, and they all obviously finish at different sizes. So the 6-inch block, I thought the 3-inch block would be cute, but I don't think I'm going to do that now, because I think I want to use, I have a layer cake, Lori Holt layer cake, but I think I'm going to use that for the Scrappiness is Happiness quilt. The 6-inch block, you need 32, just for a variety of prints, they say you need 32 fat quarters, 4 5/8 yards background. And then they have finishing prints, which I'll worry about later. Excuse me. So what I did is I went through my stash and I forced myself to find 32 fat quarters that I could use. So I ended up with, it's going to be pinks, blues, and grays, which I think will be pretty. So I have them set aside. So I think that's what I'm going to do with the Socialites. In the background, I'm just going to use, I got a bunch of, I wonder if I should do that on a dark background. How many yards do you need? You need 4 5/8 yards background. I'm going to look. I have black and I have a dark gray. I think I have enough yardage of those. I think I'm going to do that because I wanted to do a quilt with dark background. So maybe that's what I'll do, because I think those colors would definitely pop on either the dark gray or the black. Depends on the navy. The navy, I'll have to take a look at that. So and that's going to start October 21st, I think. And that'll be coming out on Fridays. I'm hoping to do that. They have a bunch of, this is the Scrappiness is Happiness. I'm past that. I won't show it to you. You can look it up if you want. Then I decided I was going to do Fat Quarter Shop. Poor Kim Jolly had a 3-hour YouTube live, which I watched the whole thing. So she went over all the quilts she's doing, everything she's planning for 2020. Well, not everything, but what she's got planned so far for next year. Every year they do a charity quilt along. The pattern they do give you is free. They ask that you give a donation to Make-A-Wish Foundation for Central and South Texas, which I'll be doing. And then they do have a kit that you can purchase and backing that you can purchase. And they come in the quilt kit comes in a keepsake box. So I think I've decided I'm going to do that, and I'm buying the fabric for this instead of buying the fabric for the socialites. So it's called Bountiful Quilt. It was designed by Corey Yoder, and it's using her new sun washed line that'll be coming out in January. So they're hoping it'll ship. This is the quilt. It's so adorable. I love the colors. They make me happy. And then it has a pieced backing, which they also have a backing kit. How adorable is that? I mean, that could be a quilt in itself. It's so freaking cute. So, you know, it's pricey. The quilt is 64.5 by 64.5. The quilt kit. It gives you 11 yards of fabric. You get the pattern before anyone else. You get the keepsake box. And it is $4.98 reservation fee, and then $165 when it ships. So I think I'm going to do that. It doesn't ship until January, so it gives me some time to save up for it. And then the pieced backing kit, I'm also going to get a reservation fee is $2.48. It's almost 7 yards of fabric. It's $79.88 plus the reservation fee. And they'll both ship in January. And like I said, it benefits Make-A-Wish. So what they do is they make the quilt. They have other designers make quilts, and then they auction off those finished quilts, and then give that, donate all that money to Make-A-Wish. They do share with you the children that benefit from, and I think they just finished up their last year's campaign. I think they raised over $100,000. And so it helped children. And I don't know if this is going to be politically correct. What I appreciated was the children that were helped didn't spend the money to go meet a rock star or go to Disney World or anything like that, but they used money for home modifications. In a previous life, that's kind of what I worked in, was helping people with disabilities. And it's wonderful to see that people, like the children, are getting, one child's getting a ramp in their home, and another child was getting a ADA accessible pool that he could use, and I forget what the other child, it was something similar. So I really appreciated that the money was going to help these kids live a normal life and live in the community. I'm sorry. So, having said that, I decided to join in with this, and I will be making a donation. I think it's a great cause, and anything to keep kids at home, works for me. Okay, so that's the quilting. And then because I'm a glutton for punishment, I've decided to do a craft fair. I don't plan on making $1 million for sure, but I thought it would be a great way to move some of my craft supplies, because I have a lot of craft supplies and I don't really have anywhere to use them. So I thought this would be a great way. So I will have, sorry, a tear comes down my face. I will share with you, I will have a link in the description to all of the crafters that I got these ideas from. They are not mine. And they were nice enough to share them free on YouTube. So I'm going to give, credit where credit's due. So, I said I have a lot of fabric. So what I did was I took a lot of my scraps, and this is a Catnip Kicker. And you know how cats love that. And I did purchase some ribbon. This I had through the years. I've collected a whole big box of ribbon. This was my tester. This is for my cat. It has polyfill on the inside. It has 2 teaspoons intermittent through the the kicker of Catnip, and he is an old cat with a brain injury, so he doesn't tend to play a lot, but he likes this and he sleeps on it, so it's really cute. So like I said, I did have to buy some ribbon. I had all the fabric. I think now this one I pieced, but I think the design is from Brittany Nicole, and so I will have a link to her video if you want to watch her make them. It's an 8x10 piece of fabric, and you can piece it. You can put all your scraps. You could make a crumb quilt thing, and then you stuff it. It's super easy to make, and then you sew across. You put a little knot on all the ribbons so that they don't come out, because the knot won't come out, which is a genius idea that she had. And then you just sew it shut. It doesn't have to be super pretty. It doesn't have to be super accurate. So I zip, and I ended up making like over 30 of them, because I just was zipping on Friday night. And I do have a couple. I was like, okay, this is enough. I do have a couple of the shells left. I think I'm gonna make like dog treat bags or something with them. So I was like, okay, you have enough. Probably aren't even that many people with cats around here. But then I got these little plastic bags to put in. This is another one, so you can see the little streamers. And it's just fabric I have sitting there. I don't have enough to really do anything with. So I just made a whole bunch of these cat kickers. And I thought, am I going to make $1 million off of selling them? Probably not. What I don't use, I'm going to donate to shelters, cat shelters, and then they'll have toys. And we'll move on. Another thing I have, because I'm a crafter, is a lot of paper. And Christmas paper especially. So I saw this idea was from Crafty Crafts by Deanna. And they're little tea holders. She gives you, like, I got the same honey sticks. I think I did buy my tea at a different place. This, I got a different spoon. I used Walmart spoons and tied, because I have a gazillion of ribbon now. And so she has this design. I did get paper or plastic bags for this. They don't quite fit, so I had to order some new ones, but they aren't that expensive. The tea's delicious. I have 3 different teas I'm using. This is called Christmas tea. It is a black tea. It's delicious if you guys are into teas. I also got Gingerbread Joy, which is also delicious. That's a black tea. And then there's Peppermint Cheer, which is an herbal tea. So I'm going to be making those up, and they're super easy. And I did buy some. I did buy some stickers, not stickers, some other paper kind of crafts to decorate the bags. It'll sit in the bag, and then I'll put a little topper on the top of the bag and decorate the topper. So I figure that's a good way to use all this paper that's just sitting here. You'd have to buy the tea and the honey and spoons, and if they don't sell, I love tea and honey, so I'll just drink them all. Not a problem. I am also going to be making something similar, but in a different shape. It's just going to be a rectangle for hot cocoa packets. Oh, I am also getting miniature candy canes from Costco. I had a big box of them. So I am going to put like a miniature candy cane in this and a candy cane in the hot cocoa. And I think I might put like a, I'm not sure yet. I think I might put one of those miniature Hershey bars. I'm not sure. We'll see. So there is a rectangle pattern, and I'm going to use that is from Lyric Lover Crafts. I don't have one to show you. I haven't made them yet. But that is the design I'm going to do. I'm also going to be filling up these These plastic bags are 4x10. I got dentist sticks and milk bones that I'm going to fill the bag with and put a topper and decorate the topper. And that idea was from the Papered Chef, which is a cute name. And then the last thing I want to show you is, I don't know if anybody stamps, but I like to buy my stamps from May Made It. I'm sure if you're a stamper, you've heard of her. She has this adorable set of stamps, which you can tell I've already used because the red stained them. Get the little things out. Oops, let me put it this way. And I loved it because it has sewing machine. There's a sewing machine, mixing bowl. You got canisters, a bowl, yarn, if you're a knitter, paintbrush, glue, glue gun, scissors, and then all kinds of homemades to, from, handmade. Adorable for tags. And what's great about her is that when you purchase her stamps, she gives you the SVG files, so then you can print them out on your Cricut or whatever paper cutter you have, and then you can stamp on them and give it a 3D effect. So I just put a bunch on as many as I could on a 12x12 page. I think it was 11 by, it was paper size, and just pre-stamped a bunch of stuff so I can make tags. And I haven't done the little ones. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. If I'm going to stamp right on these, or if I'm going to use the 3Ds. Let me show you the octagon. There's the octagon or hexagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever the 6-sided thing is. And I just thought it was adorable because it had a sewing machine on it. So how cute would that be if you gave that, if you're making gifts for someone at Christmas, and then you can make them a handmade tag, and it'll have a little sewing machine on it, which I did do some sewing machines. I'm not sure where they are. Have little pieces everywhere. Let's see if I can show you a sewing machine it's stamped on. Yeah. It's a vintage sewing machine. So I just thought it was adorable. So I will link her down below as well. She's called May Made It. And I just loved it because I thought, how cute would that be to give to someone if you've sewn them a gift for Christmas, or bake them something. You can make a homemade tag, to go along with it. So I think that's everything. I think that's enough, along with my emotional outburst. I apologize for that, but hey, what can I say? I am who I am. So that's all I have. I appreciate you watching, and I will be back with more blocks I've done once I get my cotton cuts, and I'll keep on sewing, keep on crafting. I hope you guys get to sew today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.